Good morning, afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this, beautiful people. I wanted to come on here real quick and then just document a little bit of what I've been going through basically the month of September and as it's overflowing into October as far as what my endometriosis is doing to my body currently. The month of September, I think there was 5 weeks, maybe. I honestly don't remember. But the month of September, I got two periods, which is not abnormal for me. That's normal. That's typical. I'm kind of used to it. One of the symptoms of endometriosis is that our menstrual cycles tend to be shorter. So on average, I get a period about every 22 to 23 days. And so when there's when there's months where there's 5 weeks in them, depending on how my body is already working, I'll most likely get two periods within that month. And that's what happened last month, the month of September. I got two periods. My first period was on the 4th of September. My second period was on the 26th of September. Just kind of how the way my life worked out. My period is 4 days. I bleed for 4 days, and that's it. That's all. The first period of September, I really don't remember, so I must not have had too many issues, because if I did, obviously, then I would remember. However, the second period of September, I'm still dealing with it, and I'm not even bleeding right now. So prior to my period starting, I started getting very nauseous, and nausea is a symptom of endometriosis, something also I'm very used to, because nausea is one of my most prominent symptoms with endometriosis. So being nauseous is kind of just something that I'm used to. And that was my only like PMS symptom, was nausea. I wasn't cramping, wasn't doing any of that. That was just that. I went to the bathroom on the 26th, wiped, blood, cool, period. Day one of my period was a little intense. There were moments where I'm like, okay, this might be a bad period, because my cramps were pretty intense. The nausea, as days went by, again, because the nausea had started maybe like 3 or 4 days prior to my period starting, and each day the nausea kind of intensified. So I'm already extremely nauseous day one. Cramps are a little it's wishy-washy. This can go either way. Day two comes around, same situation. Day two comes around, I'm even more nauseous, and I'm honestly in more pain than I was day one. My period, for me, day two sometimes is worse than day one, and I hate that. And this again was one of those instances. My second period of the month, day two, was a little bit worse than day one. I was in more pain than I was in day one, and then I was more nauseous than I was in day one. Head was hurting, back was hurting, fatigue, the whole nine was going on. Day three is this may sound weird. Day three is my preferred day of my period. Typically, day three for me, chill, cool. There's really not much going on. I can function. I feel normal. It's just really another day, and I just happen to be bleeding. Day four, the reason why day four is not my preferred day, even though it's the last day, is sometimes day four is really painful for me. Four is kind of like a wild card, but day three, I know those are the days where I can rest. Day three for me this time, it was okay. It was mild. The pain was mild, but I started having a lot of lightning bolts. I call them lightning bolts, which they are basically like intense, sharp flashes of pain in my uterus or wherever in my pelvic region. Because honestly, you can get these little lightning bolts in your butts, little butt cramps. I don't know about y'all, but I be getting butt cramps sometimes. endometriosis. But these were in the front. I didn't have any butt cramps last month. I started getting those lightning bolts day 3, and I was still, again, more nauseous than I had been. Again, the nausea is increasing day by day. Day 4, more nausea, more pain, more lightning bolts. I was still bleeding a little bit more than I normally do, and which trickled over into me kind of bleeding for 5 days, because there was still blood present on day 5, even though my period is day 4. So period started on the 26th. It was over on the 30th, the 1st of October, and it is currently the 4th of October at 11:03 a.m. and I am still nauseous from 3-4 days prior to September 26th. And the nausea has just only been getting worse. Again, symptom of endometriosis. And it got to the point where I had to go buy ginger ale and I had to go buy saltines. And I typically only get ginger ale and saltines when my nausea is really bad. And it's been really bad these past 2 weeks. I've barely been eating. I have somewhat of an appetite, but not too much of an appetite. As I sit here right now and I'm talking to you, I'm still nauseous. And again, this is just something that I have to deal with because I have endometriosis. I'm not a pill popper. I don't want to take pills. I don't like to take pills. But if things get too extreme, then I will. So what have I been doing to help with my nausea? Ginger ale, crackers, and tea. If you have endometriosis or you have any sort of like GI issue or just any medical condition at all that nausea is a symptom, please let me know what you do holistically to help with your nausea. I would greatly appreciate it. Again, this was just going to be a really quick video. I really just wanted to detail what I'm currently going through with my endometriosis because it's so much more than a bad period. I'm off my period and I'm still having symptoms of my endometriosis, which all of this stemmed from my period starting, my second period of the month starting. So endometriosis, it's ugly. There's nothing pretty about it. Living with a chronic illness in your 20s is sometimes so discouraging and so disappointing and frustrating because it's like, why can't I be a regular 20-something-year-old young adult, trying to survive in this world? On top of everything else that's going on in the world right now, we have to throw on a chronic illness that I literally have to deal with every single day. There's not a day that there's not something. I may not be in pain every day, but I may have a backache or I may be nauseous. My legs may be hurting or whatever the heck it is that comes with this condition. Do y'all know what it feels like to be nauseous from the moment you wake up and literally still be nauseous while you're going to sleep or trying to fall asleep and you're nauseous? So that's really about it. Follow me for more endometriosis. All my videos will not be like this. Definitely tips, suggestions, recommendations, day in the life. Follow Black Info Pain Tube on Pinterest, TikTok, Instagram. Most importantly, go subscribe to the blog, go to the website, read some blog posts because I have so much information about endometriosis and I'm always giving more information. Like I'm currently writing a blog post right now about 3 myths when it comes to endometriosis. So there's always information coming from me. in one of these avenues on one of these platforms. There's always more information. If you have endometriosis and you're looking for a support group, you can join the Black Men Feel Pain 2 support group on Facebook. It is a private group. So just answer 3 simple questions. They're real quick and you're in. Other than that, guys, I thank you for being here and thank you for listening. This is definitely not a video of me whining and complaining. This is more so just, again, more education and more awareness of endometriosis, this chronic debilitating pain, chronic debilitating illness that is running a rampage in every 1 out of 10 women. And God chose me to be one of the strong fighters. I'm definitely not complaining at all whatsoever because I know my reward is beautiful. But God chose me to be one of the strong soldiers, so I was picked to be 1 out of 10. So I'm just doing my purpose and fulfilling my mission and just bring awareness and educating people. Endometriosis is not just a bad period. It literally affects the whole body. And when we say chronic illness, we mean chronic every day. Every day. If you know an Endo Warrior, give them a hug. If you are an Endo Warrior, I love you so much and I hope that you are healing and doing well today. If you're watching this video, I love you anyways. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And thank you for your support in this fight of bringing awareness to this awful disease called endometriosis. Love you. Bye.